step in training a cat to enjoy being in a carrier is to ensure that you have a suitable cat carrier. It should be large enough so that a cat can sit up and turn around, as well as sit or lie comfortably. It should be made of a material that is easy to clean, such as plastic. In order for the cat to enter voluntarily, the carrier should have a door that opens at the front. A carrier that opens at the top can be useful for ease of lifting a cat in and out if a cat cannot or does not wish to enter voluntarily. A carrier that can have the entire top removed, as well as having a front door, is most useful. It allows a vet to examine or remove an ill cat without fuss. Slats in the side and a mesh door can allow the cat to look out while still giving it a feeling of being hidden. Food treats can be posted through the holes to the cat, and toys can be slotted through and moved to give the cat a chance to play. A blanket can always be used to cover the carrier for cats that need to hide completely. Placing comfortable and familiar bedding in the carrier will help the carrier to smell of home and thus less threatening and more inviting. Spraying synthetic facial pheromone, Fellaway Classic, into the carrier and onto the bedding at least 15 minutes before coming into contact with the cat will also help the cat to perceive the carrier as a friendly place. Now you have a suitable cat carrier, the next step is to introduce it into the home so that the cat is interested in investigating it. Place the bottom half of the carrier in a quiet location where the cat is likely to visit frequently and where it feels relaxed. The idea is that by having the carrier out in the home at all times, it will help the cat to accept it as a regular part of the furniture, hopefully even somewhere to relax, rather than associate it with a visit to the vets or boarding cattery. This cat voluntarily explores the base of the carrier, even choosing to step into it. Such behaviour can be rewarded with food treats, gentle strokes, or even a game with a wand toy, whatever the cat enjoys. However, playing can bring an excitement rather than the relaxation we want, so over time, reward should be transitioned from play to other things the cat finds positive. Once the cat is fully comfortable being in the base of its carrier, the lid can be added, although this should be done at a time when the cat is not physically in the carrier. This cat, previously comfortable entering the base of the carrier, needs a little more time before feeling confident to enter with the lid on. However, it is comfortable facially rubbing against the carrier and placing his head in the carrier, and this can be rewarded at this point. Sometimes the behaviour that we wish to reward happens very quickly, and by the time we provide the reward, the cat is doing something else and may not associate the reward with the behaviour towards the carrier. Using a marker word can help let the cat know which behaviour led to the reward. First, a cat has to learn that the word means a reward is on its way. This can be achieved by simply saying the word and providing a reward immediately afterwards. Repeatedly saying the word
Good.
and then rewarding several times
Good.
will teach the cat that the word predicts that a reward is on its way.
Good.
Using this training technique, we are able to clearly mark the desired behaviour. When the cat has learnt the word and linked
Good.
it to a reward, you will see it turn to you or show anticipation.
Good.
As a cat progresses from simply sniffing or rubbing against the carrier to going inside it momentarily and then to settling down to rest within it, withhold the reward until the next step so that the cat learns that resting in the carrier is the ultimate desired behaviour. The cat is most likely to repeat the behaviour it perceives as being rewarded. The next stage is to make sure the cat is comfortable entering and resting in the carrier when the door is attached but still open. Some cats show no interest in their carriers, and so a little encouragement is needed. This can be done by providing an incentive in or near the carrier and is known as luring. Luring should only be used with cats that are disinterested in the carrier but are not fearful or anxious around it. To do this, a wand toy can be dragged towards the carrier or something like a feather can be posted through the slats to act as a lure to encourage the cat to be in and around the carrier. For cats that approach the carrier but are not at the stage of voluntarily putting their heads or bodies into the carrier, treats can be placed into the carrier to encourage this next step of exploration. Treats can also be moved in the hand towards the carrier for the cat to follow. Intermittent rewards can be given for each stage of moving closer to the carrier. Always tailor the steps for each individual cat to keep it within its comfort zone. You can see here that the initial step was too big and smaller steps had to be made with more frequent rewards. Throwing treats into the carrier in the cat's presence can, for some cats, be enough to lure them into the carrier. Posting treats through the slats at the back of the carrier can encourage a cat to go further into the carrier so its whole body is inside. The cat should always be allowed to eat the treat. As well as treats, a cat can also be fed meals in its carrier to help cement positive associations with the carrier. If a cat is really anxious or fearful about going into the carrier because of a previous negative experience, it is a good idea to completely clean the carrier to remove any traces of smell that may remind the cat of the experience. In some cases, it may be better to purchase a new and perhaps more appropriate carrier. Before introducing the cleaned or new carrier, the cat should be fully relaxed being on the bedding. The bedding can then be gradually moved closer and closer to the carrier, eventually ending up in the carrier. Never move bedding while the cat is on it and reward relaxation. If at any stage the cat stops relaxing on the bedding, take this as a sign that you have moved the bedding too far too soon and go back a stage. Once the cat is fully comfortable being in its carrier with the door on but open, it is time to start teaching the cat to be comfortable with the door closed. Initially, the door should only be closed momentarily for a second or two. Use your marker word and the door immediately opened. Then reward the cat. Over several training sessions, increase the time the door is closed before the reward is given and gradually increase this. The cat should always remain comfortable. If it shows any signs of distress, this is a clear sign that you have asked for too much too soon. Using these training techniques, cats should enjoy being in their carriers within the home.